Gigs here once again for another Constantiam base tour, and today we are going to be touring Broheim. And as we tour around Broheim, you will realise that it is in fact the same base I toured last week that I called EmperorJingling's Empire. Now, during the week, EmperorJingling and his base mate, Dergrietz, contacted me and invited me to come back to the base for a personalised tour so that they could tell me just a little bit more about the base, how it started, what the different builds were, and what their plans were for the base overall prior to it being griefed. So I thought, why not? I would love to have a tour, and why not share that tour with you guys? After all, it answers a lot of the questions I asked myself throughout the tour, and I had such a blast with the guys wandering around the base and having a look at stuff. Why not share all of that fun with you guys? So sit back, relax, rewatch the tour with a little bit of extra commentary. I hope you enjoy it and have a great day.
Oh, what do you want to do?
Well, what did I miss anything in the tour? Was there anything, in particular that I missed, or?
Well, there was this one secret room, but it was a small room. But it's underneath the waterfall in the garden, and I could show you where it all started at the back of the mountain, sure. where I came here the first time.
Sure.
Okay. This way. Really weird coming to these buildings again and seeing everything as it used to be. There was a lot of wood. I used a lot of wood. There was this. I can show you another building later in the field. It was quite big, but it was all burned down because it was completely made of wood. So that was unfortunate, but it was one of my prettier builds. Was a building I made from jungle wood and birch, and it had also kind of a Japanese flair to it.
I did see a small build on my way in, actually a couple of small builds that were less family friendly.
Yeah, the one, yeah. that's Dergrietz building. So here was where it all started. I came here and I built this little house for myself. So this is actually the origins of this whole place. There was a chicken here that died, and you can see here if you stand here outside, you can see the house. It's pretty cute.
Oh, yep.
And then I built through the mountain, and I came to the other side, and then my friend came along, and we built this place to what it is now.
When did you start building here?
I have no idea.
No idea?
Somewhere in 2018.
You've been on the server
I don't remember
2018?
Exactly when. Yeah. Well, when the strange music sign we put up, that was pretty much in the start, I think, because then we just found the spawner down there.
Okay. Yeah.
And that was October 1st. So at least October 1st we were already playing, and then I think for a month or something, maybe. If you see here the sign, the strange music sign. We found the 13 disc.
Yep. I wondered what that was.
Playing it.
I wondered what that was in relation to.
Yeah, that's his old name actually, Dergrietz, but it's it's kind of his other name. You can explain it better than I can.
Yeah. Well, it was quite funny actually, because we found that music box and we found that CD. We didn't even have a music box then.
No, we had to shoot diamonds before being able to play it. We're still looking for diamonds.
Hanging on.
And here was
we had nothing
with cobblestone, and there used to be an enchantment room here.
Yep.
Now
that you say it, I can sort of picture the bookshelves and enchantment table there.
Yeah, right. But we took the griefer didn't even take the enchantment table or the bookshelves. They pretty much just burned all the wood down. But from that moment, we knew that it wasn't safe anymore because someone already found it. So
Yeah, and since so many people have been here.
Yeah, it was also intact, but it was such a shame. And this was just I didn't even have any plan with this room. This was just an empty room.
We
A
all
lot
have plenty of
things
those.
here didn't have any function. Like the tower that's somewhere above here. I don't know exactly. I think there, somewhere above there. It didn't also didn't really have a function, except for tuning in with the rest. We like to just build towers and stuff and make it look nice, and occasionally go there and have a box for glass there, and have a block for netherrack here and there, and just being creative. That's like the gist of it, actually.
That's cool.
And I can show you the one of the builds in the field. Well, I don't know if you want to see it, but not the one build, but the other one.
Okay, let's go have a
This
look.
is a screenshot. The tower I built longest, I took most time to build, was the one that goes to bedrock. That was that took me a long time to build.
Ah, yep, I saw the one that went down to bedrock. This is a nice location you picked because the builds really suit the mountains around it.
Yeah,
It's
we
quite
were
organic.
in love with the mountains before we built the buildings, so we had to kind of zombie. Ow. No fault. I don't have no fault.
No for the fall.
I take regular damage. Well, we're not really into the whole scene, the whole fighting, and the coalitions and stuff. We just kind of mind our own business.
Yeah. Like I've seen you log in a lot. I've just not. You don't normally chat.
No, that's right. Sometimes I chat with some people. Benito Tortellini or some other place. But this was all a big building made with birch wood and oak wood and just other jungle wood as well. So it was a pretty nice building. I liked it, and it had some odd things I tried, but everything is burned down except for like the stone that I used in some parts up there.
A couple of logs.
There was also some iron bars, but I see they're completely stripped. And also, actually, the Japanese building there with the magenta scavengers rebuild.
Yep.
The top thing, the bar that's visible, like the roof part, that was actually also original, and the rest was everything was made of wood, so it all burned down as well, for like the side parts that survived. But it was actually one of my prettier builds. I miss it really. But at least the stone buildings didn't burn down.
Yeah, well, I mean, that is the advantage of building in stone, is that in order for people to grief it, they've got to, well, they can lava cast it, but other than that, it's TNT and withers, otherwise you got to manually mine every block.
Yeah, and I think it was just a lazy griefer that just came by, had some flint and steel, and just thought, like, why not, you know?
Set fire to all the roofs.
We're quite lucky in that sense, but also unlucky because we lost our plate.
Well, yeah.
It's double.
But that's anarchy for you.
Happened. And also we were, I was building something. I was planning on building something at the back of Greece's arena back there. I was building something in the valley. But I'd never finished it. I was actually planning to build something huge there.
It was an arena. I was thinking it was an arena.
Yeah, it was an arena.
Yeah, you were right.
What do your places' names mean?
Well, we can walk past them and then we can talk about it. You know?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Because you were talking about the names, no one didn't know.
I had no idea. I was actually a little bit worried that I was reading off things that maybe I shouldn't have been reading off, and I was going to get in trouble with it. You never know.
Fortunately, there were family friends.
No, it's nothing weird like that.
Around our home, I built this little wall where you could walk on. But it was actually to keep the witch out, because there was a witch that constantly came from that direction.
Ah.
And she kept respawning as well. I don't know how it worked, but we killed the witch so many times, and she kept coming. I just didn't want to deal with her, so I just
maybe
I
Phantom was trolling you and spawning it in every time you logged in.
Yeah, maybe how do I get through? Oh yeah, kind of lose the way sometimes, because it's quite I haven't been here for a while.
And especially in the tunnels, oh my.
Yeah, the tunnels. Yeah, but you
So now at least I know that the Broheim sign, Broheim is the name of the base. So at least I know
Yes.
that one now.
Yes, that's the name. we didn't have a name for our new base, which we have lived for more time than we have lived here, and we just figured out that yesterday. So we had like, oh, we still don't have a name. Maybe we should think of something.
It's a good
We
idea.
thought of that as well.
Suppose it's a
That's
bit
pretty
harder
cool.
when there's just the two of you to sort of go, oh, we need a base name.
Yeah, right. It's just you pick a place and you just build there. You don't really have a name for it. These melons, we didn't plant these melons. This was actually a pretty neat little field of I think I only had wheat here, so
Okay, must
Not
be
much
some
else.
visitor wanted some food.
yeah, right. Everyone is carrying melons, so it's pretty stable.
Pretty much.
And it's way easier to use than flour, I guess, or wheat. How do I get up there? I think here. Yeah. Grietz made this little place here. This was all
Yes. Yes, because this building is where we live. This was our little house. We had our beds down here where our name signs are.
Oh, yeah. The name signs down there were actually where our beds were.
Down here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ah, that's cool.
So that's why our names were there. Hey, I don't know. I think this is okay. Sign was a painting of the creeper laying as a
Yes, it
as a
was.
girl. And we're like, okay, well, I guess this is okay. So we kind of like historic things that we didn't. Oh, we could show the historic water.
Oh yeah, the historic water. Yeah.
There's some historic water we discovered yesterday.
So yeah, then later on, when we already had like most of the buildings back there, then I started to make this so that our little home would look a little bit homier.
I liked this sort of little bit here where it just sort of went into... It almost felt like you needed a little pool or a garden down there.
Yes.
Come up to the rooftop garden. A great
It
view
was a
of
nice
everything.
little lookout. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Oops. I'm just I've played on 1.14 servers lately, and there I think the speed of you turning around is different.
Oh, it might be. I've not really noticed
So
much.
I had some difficulty turning around way too quickly. Hey, killed him in the arena. How soon?
Oh hell yeah!
Actually, I've never killed anything in this arena. Actually,
I have sometimes just walked around here waiting for mobs to spawn, and then I
Oh, that's
just,
nice.
yeah.
Been christened.
I actually didn't come here a lot. Well, this was your arena, the Doldman's Coast.
Yeah, it was. And that's actually like what it means as well, the name. It's like Dead Man's Cave or Dead Man's thingy, you know?
Ah.
This is like a place where people die.
Come here
Yes,
to die.
yes. Exactly.
Well, it was mostly mobs.
Yeah, it was.
didn't
It was
really-
only mobs.
We didn't really fight each other, so.
No.
No,
It was only mobs
something
actually
else.
that died here. Not even I died trying to build this, so.
So no creepers got you.
No, luckily not. Luckily not.
Fortunately. And Himmel and Steak.
Ah, yeah. I decided to build a tower that stretches up like way high into the sky, which means Himmel. So Himmelens. Stick is kind of like a wordplay on because it's a thin building. It's kind of like a stick. So Himmelen stick, the stick to the sky.
See, it sounds so much more romantic in another language. I like this little room off to the side too with the
Yeah, it gives you a great overview, and I'm so surprised that this quartz is still intact.
Yeah, me too. I wanted
all
to
the
make
quartz
this
is
into
all
like a
gone.
reading area with bookcases and stuff like that.
Ah,
But
that would have
Because
been
in the
cool.
other building you found in the field, where the blocks were taken from the ground, they were also quartz blocks, but they
yeah,
didn't
they
take-
were quartz blocks.
Ah,
they didn't
yep,
take
yep.
these quartz blocks. So we're. And yeah, up there it's I cleared some of the space in the tower because someone built pillared up there with dirt and what do you call it, cobblestone. So they I removed that just in the middle part, so you can at least see into the tower as we did.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I had noticed a few people had been lazy and pulled up. I get that a lot at
Yeah.
bases that I visit, that visitors get a little bit lazy and just
Pillar up.
pull up or tear up, or they'll just dig away, and it's funny, sometimes they dig away in right next door to the door, and I'm like, you just have to move over one block and open the door.
There is a ladder.
Yeah, that's like you're super lazy.
We've also replied some of the signs around. I think it's lagging. Yeah, it's lagging.
Yeah, it is.
Ooh. We've also replied some of the Bündnisbrücke.
Oh yeah. Bündnis actually means a union, and Brücke means bridge, so it's kind of a union bridge between this part of the base and that part. I felt it needed to be connected somehow, so I made this bridge for it.
I actually really love all the little bridges that connect all the buildings together. It's really neat. You can either go by all the bridges or along the ground, and it's all nice.
Well, we're a fan of bridges.
Yeah, we are.
We also have like the bridge over the river in our new base, and the big bridge on the tower.
Oh yeah,
we
yeah.
still like making bridges. Yeah, we appreciated the signs, so we replied some of the signs because people were really nice to us with the signs. We liked it. My fort in the field. I love being there. That was my build. But actually, it's supposed to look like a skull if you look at it from this side.
Yep. That one tree kind of blocks a little bit of the view.
Yeah, I think so too. That's yeah. If you stand on here, you can see it maybe.
I was so surprised that they didn't burn down this building.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I was surprised too. Now that opening's supposed to be there, isn't it?
Yes, that's supposed to be there.
I thought so.
It used to not be there, but it burned a hole in the roof.
Yeah, it did.
So
It
we
really
decided, no, an open roof is better anyway.
It really surprised me that all those roofs had been burnt away, and then this whole building, which is made of wood, is just okay.
Yeah, I had the same
I think just everybody understands that like this is where you eat chicken nuggets. Apparently, we didn't put these signs here, but it's quite a revered place. Clearly, people like this. They didn't want to they didn't want to destroy the.
They didn't even take your banners.
Enjoy yourself. No, they didn't even take the banners. Those were original, historic banners.
all historic.
You definitely see the skull now that I'm looking at it. That's cool.
Actually, it happened on accident. I didn't plan for it to look like the skull, and then
Looks like a skull with a crown.
Yeah, right. And I like that it turned out that way, and I'm like, that's why I called it Skillafort, because it sounds like a skull fort.
Yep.
We just made names. Oh, we can show you the historic water now.
Oh yeah. Oh, my tower. I was gonna make a very tall tower here.
Is this your skeleton horse?
No, it's not.
Not
mine had a saddle.
I don't have a saddle.
we'll just leave it here then.
No, I'm just gonna.
That's a fairly
the
new
blocks...
skeleton horse too.
Yeah. So the blocks they took here, that was quartz.
Yeah. Well, actually, you were planning to build like a skyscraper kind of building, right?
Yes, like it was gonna be really, really tall.
But
I like these cobble pillars with the stone brick. It's quite a neat look.
Yeah.
And then you see it indented here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And this is the historic water. That's the water I always used to crawl up to continue my build.
And it remained there until today.
Yeah. Because I left it there. Like when we left, I just left it there, and apparently nobody touched it.
Oh, that's funny.
We really enjoyed that. That was still there.
And now it's got a sign.
I mean,
that's cool.
The same. Yeah. Great to see it again. With water.
It's just easier.
And also those parts that weren't finished, they weren't finished. They were.
Oh, okay.
The parts that didn't have a roof. I was planning on making that. Okay, the middle part was supposed to have a wooden roof. It's a small one, and then the last part was supposed to be another tower that went up.
Oh, okay. Yep.
It was supposed to be like not a replication, but like a repetition of the main part. So it was supposed to be 2 towers actually, but It never came to that, unfortunately.
It's always sad when you have to finish mid-build because someone's arrived.
Yeah.
You don't get to complete it.
And this was just my farm. I had chickens here, just a very regular old little farm.
And the creeper now.
Oh no!
No.
Go up. Oh,
Oh god.
oh. More
Griefers
destruction.
be
We can handle
griefing.
it. Creepers were the OG griefers. This pumpkin and this melon were original. I
Okay.
put those there. Those are the. We didn't have a lot of melon farms. I mean, did we actually have a melon farm?
Yeah, we had like a small one. We had a small one.
A small one. Yeah. Who were more fond of potatoes and wheat. Do we have potatoes actually?
We did have potatoes, yeah, next to that weird white building where somebody took the food and left a sign. Where where your video started.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I started the video. You know, actually, a funny thing about that building is that when we started building, I saw it one day when I logged on, and it was so unlike his other builds that I thought it was somebody that built there. So I got the wool and I was like, look what I found! This building.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I was thinking the same. It was sort of all the way over there, and I'm like, this doesn't look like it's part of the base.
No, it almost didn't, but it's his build.
Yep.
I also didn't think it was it was very unlike him, and also this was actually the original entrance. It was filled with cobblestone when I got here. It used to be filled up with stone bricks, and it was the way you got in just by destroying. I didn't have a door because I didn't want zombies to go in.
Yeah,
and break the door.
Good idea.
And the way you could see it was this block, but it was it's a hidden entrance, so I guess it was hidden well. Is there any other part we'd like to show?
Sorry?
Is there any other part we'd like to show? Maybe. I have no idea.
Well, you know, the part where your video started actually with the weird buildings, there was so much building space there, I was just eventually gonna connect it all to this main building site here.
It's quite the distance to have to do that.
Oh yeah, but yeah.
But I can see you enjoyed connecting it all.
Yeah, we were like, we had great plans. We wanted to expand it and make an inner ring. We wanted to have a wall around the whole inner ring, and then have a second part like the new base. And we had big plans, but we live quite near spawn actually, so
yeah, we're not that far.
It was a risk all along.
Of course. Why are the trees named?
Yeah, we had a funny mood.
Okay.
Most of the names aren't family friendly that much. Well, the only one is this is my favorite tree. It's Barbara Bob the Barbite Bra, the second. That's my favorite one. The rest is a bit weird, but this is my favorite tree. It's Barbara Bob. Also, we had a holy tree near in the middle of our.
Oh yeah, that's true. The holy
somebody
site.
cut it off. Somebody destroyed it, and we said we had a
it
sign
probably
that
got
said,
burned down.
but they destroyed it anyway. Those.
Yeah, I think. And I replaced the missing water here.
Oh, cool. I was going to do it before I left, but I forgot.
Nice.
So we put a sign now, but because this is the only remaining part of the tree that was once there. It was just a normal oak tree, dark oak tree, but it was
But still.
it was the first one that we planted in this part. Actually, all of this is terraformed. This was all stone before there was earth here. The only part where there was earth was down here somewhere, and the rest was all stone. So we put the dirt there and terraformed everything. Looked like a forest or forest detour.
You did a good job of it. It looks natural. Like I wouldn't know it was terraformed.
Yeah, we took the natural generation stones and just put dirt on it. So
Yep.
Yeah.
It did itself.
Yeah, down here there was some grass, so we could make like a rudimentary farm. We had that here.
Yeah, this was all grass.
And this nether portal was not there. We had one nether portal. Initially, we had one nether portal in here. That's the one we actually made.
Yep.
But when we came from the nether, we got ejected at the bridge part. Way back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one does look out of place. I was a bit odd for it to be.
Yeah, this one's definitely not there. This was just a pathway, actually. And this was the OG farm, the first farm. We had cow and sheep here.
Oh, that's in the little...
Yeah, they were in here.
Okay, yep. I thought it might have been free.
Yeah, we have a lot of things that do the same job at different places, but because we built on other places, because our build it isn't that expensive if you look at other bases and how other bases are humongous. We were kind of big, not really big, but still big for our terms, big enough that we didn't want to have one farm on one part and we have to travel back every time we wanted food.
Yeah, no,
so we had farms all over the place and stuff just for convenience. That's why there's also the sheep farm on top. Oh, we can show her the sheep.
Oh yeah, the sheep farm.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, and maybe we can go past the cemetery as well.
Oh yeah, the cemetery. That was a funny thing.
Yeah. So we'll actually pass the cemetery on the way there, so...
I don't know how long you want this tour to be.
Oh, no, it's fine. I'm enjoying it. It's so nice to sort of hear the backstories behind sort of the things that go on. So often I just I have to guess at what I'm seeing and what I'm...
Yeah, so that's why we thought it was like a good opportunity for you to take, for us to take you on this tour so we could explain a little bit about what you were seeing and what you were talking about in the video.
Cemetery. Is that a typo?
Probably.
Is it actually written cemetery? I don't know.
Yeah, that's not the correct spelling.
No, that's not.
No.
Cemetery. I just want to point it out.
This was the first stone that we laid. We decided to make a grave for every time that we died, but we felt like we had to include the first times as well.
Yeah.
So this is where we first, for every time I died and for every time he died. And then after that, we kind of got lazy as we went. We still do the same thing on our new base, but we are still being a bit lazy.
Such a clever idea, though.
And I started with like the creeper and the crag. Because you just don't see the creeper coming and then then it blows you up.
And you lost 21
diamonds. And I died many
diamonds.
times that way.
Yeah, I did.
Yes,
oh, that was such a sad moment.
It was a sad day.
Especially early on when you're grinding for diamonds, and if you're not hacking, that means you're actually having to strip mine and find all those diamonds. It would have been sad.
Yeah, we find all those diamonds all the way, just strip mining.
Yep.
But it's a good way to collect stone as well. So it's a good ratio.
True.
It's just mining for diamonds, and then you can build as you might.
That's what Craig killed you again.
Yeah. Craig got us a lot.
Yeah. Oh, I remember the day when you lost the 21 diamonds. You were not happy.
Oh no, I was so pissed off, man.
Oh, I would have been too. I would have been.
Yeah, I was not happy. Big luck.
To the wood ground. Oh, I don't even remember all of these. Like the one with survived being lost 10 days, fell off his work. I don't know what I. What was that? Was that you, Dergrietz?
Sorry, what? I'm back in.
This that survived being lost 10 days, fell off his work. Is that you? Work, or did I fall off your work? I don't remember.
I don't remember.
The survived being lost 10 days, but then fell off his work was the part I thought was really funny.
Yeah, I think that was me, because sometimes I like to go and explore outside of the base and see what's out there, and then I get lost, and sometimes I find my way back. Sometimes I have to kill myself to get back. You
were actually traveling as we speak, right?
Yeah, I was actually. I was on my way to spawn and have a look at how things are looking there. I was actually curious.
Did you travel all the thousands of blocks to spawn?
I actually traveled a lot on land. Yeah, some in the Nether as well to skip some parts, but mostly on the overworld.
There's the tower, the first one. Hey, chicken.
Sorry, I'm just taking care of the
creeper. Tower.
Don't blow up. I blew up.
Oh, I blew up.
I need to
hear it.
He didn't touch the building. It's just a dirt hole.
Good. Then it's fine. Actually, that building, this hallway thing, I was planning to make a building connecting to every exit that it had, but I never ended up finishing it or doing those parts that they were supposed to connect to. And this used to not be as light as the building is now, and it used to spawn in a lot of creepers and spiders inside the building. And there's nothing underneath this floor, but it blew up the floor numerous times.
I like what you did with the roof. I don't know if you spotted that I called that out in the video.
Yeah, I was being creative. I didn't even think. I guess. Thank you. I was like making it, and I wanted it to look different than the rest, so that it stood out a bit. We tend to use the same materials for almost every build, so.
Yeah, it makes them all sort of, even though they're different, sort of makes them all blend in together nicely.
Luckily, that was the plan. Let us show you the sanctuary, the sheep sanctuary.
Oh yeah, those poor sheep. They lived a brave life there.
Yeah, but they're still there. You colored the one blue.
Yeah, some of them are still there. Some of them are still there.
Oh, there's a blue baby as well. Oh.
Aww.
Well, they used to be white, and they used to live around these parts. We came about them every day because at first we didn't build the way to the Nether, so we had to like just. Sometimes we were lazy. We just go up the mountain here, and then we'd see the sheep, and we would look at them so many times, and we decided to trap them inside this special sanctuary for them. But they served us right.
Someone freed them.
Someone freed them.
But I think they deserve the freedom, and they're not killed. So that's
that's a bonus.
Well.
Yeah, exactly.
And this building actually was not original.
No, actually, oh my god! I started making something out of wood mainly, different kinds of wood, and after I was done, we were both just looking at like, what the hell is that? What the hell is that building? You made it in a texture pack,
right? You made it in
in a texture pack. It looked okay, but then when I switched back to normal, just regular default, it just looked so weird.
So you like broke it down and built something new.
Yeah.
I like.
Yeah, this was kind of one of the later builds as well.
With the creative floors.
Yeah, I like the colours of the floor. I've sort of never really mixed those two colours before, but they actually go well together.
I think you use the same color mixes on the original tower, right? The OG.
Yeah.
Lift with your all your chests in the beginning.
Yes, exactly.
Tower with the blue glass tower.
Yeah.
The blue windows. He used these colors as well. So they were kind of his colors. And then there's my humongous build, one of the biggest builds I've ever made in survival. Actually, I made the whole building with not the whole building, but the building consists mostly of the stone that I got from what I mined underneath the hole to bedrock. It was kind of my project to make a hole go all the way to bedrock.
It's a bit of a oops.
I put some wood there so you don't fall in.
Yeah, I was a bit worried about that when I first came.
This is really dangerous here.
That was a bit iffy.
So this used to be all dark oak wood, and then this was a 3x3 glass window, and you could see down to bedrock. And before I added that, this was just a hole, and I used to practice jumping down into the water, but I failed the first time, so I just died because it's such a great fall. You can actually go down there, but it's a bit boring, but it's not much. But this one of my big projects, and I had a dog living here in my tower.
Oh yeah, that's true. You did.
And it died in the griefing. I think the person killed it.
Oh, I hate it when people do that.
Oh, what's so cute? I didn't even. Oh, are you okay?
Well, at least you didn't fall the way down to the bedrock.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, that's something.
Yeah, that happens.
It's a big fall. Yeah, I fell down this building many times as well as I built it. Lots of layers.
Yeah, I've had that on builds where I just constantly fall off them.
Yeah, I do that. I use no fall, so it's I just die. But I tend to first enchant and then build on, but don't lose all my levels. Yeah, But there have been many times that I lost 30 levels. So
Oh, it would make
Oh
you
yeah,
cry.
me too.
it's really sad. Such a big base. I like it. It's actually you could say it's bigger than our current base because we haven't built as extensively in our new
Yeah.
base as in our old base. So.
I just poisoned
Ooh,
myself.
what have you eaten?
Oh my
I had a
god.
spider's eye in my inventory and I'd run out of food, so
Oh, can you eat spider eye? I didn't even know you could eat spider eye.
you
I never did
can,
it.
but it gives you poison effect for a couple of seconds.
So yeah, this is just this was one of my big projects. I worked really long on this.
I really
One
liked
of my
the
favorite builds as
stairwell.
well.
I thought the stairwell up. Oh, I saw that pro bucket move.
Oh hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It fails more often than it succeeds, I'm telling you.
Darn it!
Was that a creeper?
Gosh darn it. Yeah, it was.
Oh, were you collecting gunpowder?
I was, yeah.
Because I have 2 pieces.
Oh, I do too, actually.
Excellent. I
There
will
you
yield
go.
to you. Thank you.
Here you go. Because they're just making my inventory very full. But I kept them for you.
I'm saving them for fireworks.
Yes. It's a shame that you can't use an Elytra yet. So
Oh, I know.
yeah.
I've been on
Well, I
2B
don't
for
have
a couple of days and using Elytra on there, and I really miss it.
Oh yeah. Have they reinstated it there?
They have.
Ah, that's cool. So this jungle sapling, this jungle tree, there's actually a jungle in the
Oh wow.
in that general direction, but it's a bit not very far. It's like 1 biome away. But I used I got a lot of saplings there, so I decided to terraform this bit. This was also all stone. It's like that part there, but I
Cool.
terraformed it into, like you can see, I wasn't done yet because here's the unfinished part. You can see where I quit.
I was wondering whether or not you were planning a build out here as well to sort of overlook the water.
I guess there's always the imagination of, oh, I could build something there.
There's so much
Here as well.
beautiful building
So
space. here,
if I had the time and we had the safety, I would probably build something here as well. Or somewhere near the nether portal, maybe another portal building, because we didn't really decorate it that much. This used to be a jungle tree.
Even the
Poor
jungle tree
trees.
didn't survive.
But the big trees survived.
True.
It's really funny because they have snow on them.
Yeah.
It's a jungle trees with snow.
It was tall enough to nab
Oh.
the snow.
There was a part we go outside. I think it's here. Yeah, there's a way here. So you could walk and not have to deal with any zombies or any other mobs. Ooh, lag. Ooh. So here used to be a double gate, a gate here, and another gate there somewhere.
It's a good way of blocking any in if they spawn as well.
And this was my build as well. And yeah, not very interesting. It was just a normal build. It resembled my mid fort in the center of the build. It had a very, I think, very square shape. So I decided to make something here as well. Not very interesting, but it was one of my builds. It looked nice.
Very cool.
And all these trees are also planted here. There were no trees here.
Yeah. I didn't think that they were naturally like the oak here, but I still thought it was quite neat how you'd grown it here and then built the walkway to sort of include it.
Oh, and then I don't know how long this you want this to take, but I can at least show you where I had my in my opinion the best view over the rest of the base.
I'd definitely love to see that.
So this the mid fort was actually my personal base, not the sister bro tower, which actually means the last bro tower because it was the tower that Dergrietz made when we were griefed.
I think we're in a lag spike, are we?
Oh yeah, right, lag spike. Ooh. So the sister bro tower is the It's the last pro tower. Right, Grietz?
Yes, it is.
He made it. So
I made it the day we left.
it's the last tower that we added.
And a great way to empty your inventory.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, how are you climbing up? I see your names, but how did you get there?
I'm just climbing up the water.
Oh, you can. It doesn't go anywhere.
Oh, I followed the wrong person.
It's just a thing I built there. Just goes out of a hole, nothing more. So this was my my home base. Ooh, sorry.
Lock me out as I get in. Oh, no, I'm stuck now.
Oh my god, I'm stuck. I'm stuck too! Oh my god.
Oh no.
Oh,
No. Can I get back down again? No, I'm completely stuck. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to get rid of your
Wait.
That's
I'm
what my
gonna help
problem
you.
is.
Oh,
There
I
we
wanted
go.
to destroy them.
Whew, we got out.
You were stuck in some kind of trapdoor in the first video as well. Somewhere on the mountain. So the way you could, when there was a roof, those times when there was actually a roof, you could go up here, and then there was a floor here, like the spruce floor that's still here, and there was a spruce roof here, so you could go on there. And you can still actually walk on the rims. And I used to just stand on the highest point there and look at all the buildings. You can see all of them actually from here.
Yep, that's
This
cool.
was my favorite place to stand and make screenshots if I saw a nice build. If I built something or I progress in a build, I used to make screenshots with on this place.
Yep, that's cool.
This was my favorite spot. And the building there was Dergrietz' first tower. It's not very historic to us.
Oh.
Yeah. It has a
It's
nice
an
little
amazing
balcony.
view from here.
Yeah, that's why I like this building. That was my favorite position.
I think this is a great
And
spot to
this
end the
monument
tour
I
as
built
well.
here as well. I made this monument on the day that we had the griefing as well, so that's why I put the sign there now. The last thing I added here. Oh, I should not fall off this tower.
No, you should not.
Yeah, don't do that. That would be bad.
Oh, and everything's got out of the chest. That's a shame. Oh well. I hope you liked our builds and our base.
I
We
did.
had fun showing you around. It's all good memories for us. So
Thank you so much for
Yes.
traveling so far to come and show me.
no problem.
Thanks for not killing us.